Hey guys, Isaac Wilkins here, owner of trainingforlinemen.com, and I got a great question about whether or not linemen should be doing speed work all year round. Like whether you guys should be doing sprints, stuff like that all year round. And that's from people in the off season who say that, the off season is only for getting big and strong, don't worry about doing any sprints, don't worry about anything like that. The answer is that's a very short-sighted view of things. Linemen should be doing some sort of speed work all year round. However, in the deep off season, which we're about to get into, this is actually state championship weekend here in Maine, so we're about to be getting into deep off season. Then these athletes, once they recover, are as far away from having to actually sprint and play as possible. So no, they should not be doing a ton of speed work. Speed work tends to be very exhaustive on the body. You can get a few injuries that start to creep up if you do a lot of running, that type of thing. But the fact of the matter is that you should not be avoiding your speed work all year round. It's just as the season goes along, or as the year goes along, depending on whether you're in and out of season and whatnot, preseason, then the priorities shift. I personally sprint my guys once per week. We do a few other little quickness things every single workout, just little minor footwork stuff, things like that to keep that stuff fresh. But we sprint once a week. And I find that if you're not sprinting at least once a week, then as your off season progresses and you continue to get bigger, stronger, more muscular, more powerful from the weight room that you've been putting your time in and gaining body weight if that's the case. I find that if you don't sprint, that when you do, if you've taken a few months off, those first few sprints, you almost have to relearn all your technique because your body has changed so much, your power has changed so much, your rate of force development has increased so much, as well as you're more likely to injure yourself because the tendons and ligaments, a lot of them have kind of softened up a little bit, so to speak, from that time off. And now you're putting even more strain on them because you've got bigger, stronger, faster muscles that are pulling on them even harder. So a lot of times, if we're not careful, those first few weeks, if you have taken a lot of time off, that's where you can get hurt jumping back into sprints. Whereas if we've at least been sprinting once a week, as your body has changed in the off season, you kind of continue to develop that and you've learned like the little minor differences and stuff like that. So it's not an issue that when preseason starts or when we start making a transition to preseason to start doing more speed work, more plyometric work, more things like that to make you faster and more explosive, it's not a big transition mark. So my answer, linemen absolutely need to be doing some sort of sprint work or speed work during the off season at all times of the year. Just in the deep off season, a lot less of it and focusing more on weight room time, getting big and strong. As the off season progresses and you get closer and closer to camp, the weight room time might cut down a little bit and now your sport specific drills and your speed stuff is going to come up a little bit. So if you want to learn some more about that type of stuff and how we progress it, then I need you to hit subscribe. I need you to click on the link down below and I have all kinds of more great information for you there. All right, we'll talk to you later.